Hello, everybody. Hernandez. How's everybody doing on this Sunday? Everybody's weekend go good. We had a bunch of snow, so I had to make a snowman. So today we're going to talk about Trump and pardoning people that he shouldn't have pardoned. A lot of it's going back to military people that he pardoned. Wonder why we'd be talking about that today. All right, let's get into this, shall we? For all my newcomers, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thanks for joining us. Love me, like me, share me. Don't forget to subscribe. And apparently hype. It's working. And newcomers, we're going to have a lot of fun here. Pretty soon, you'll be a hangers-on. And my hangers-on, want to say to everybody, I want to say cheers, dears. Got a snowy glass today because it's friggin' snowing outside. Just saying. So cheers, dears. A wee glass of near wine, just saying. Vivi's going to bark in a few minutes because my son is out shoveling off the porch and the walkway out there, so she will bark at every sound. So just giving you a heads up. So anyway, the Wayback Machine. This is not the first time that the Mango Moose Knuckle has pardoned war criminals. He pardoned 3 in season 1 alone. You know, the Government of Treachery, that season. And he will pardon all of these ones that are coming along as well, in my humble opinion. When you prove yourself the first time, we believe you the second time. Now, the first guy he pardoned was a First Lieutenant Clint Lawrence. He was found guilty by a military court on 2 counts of second-degree murder for ordering his soldiers to fire on 3 Afghan men in 2008. He was convicted on the strength of his men's testimony, and they were members of his infantry platoon for the 82nd Airborne Division. An Army captain that served with him in the same unit said, "The guy's a war criminal. It is clear cut, and it shouldn't be a partisan thing for Clint. It shouldn't be a partisan thing for Clint to be in jail for the full sentence. He was a bully and he was scared." Captain Duggins also said it is a nasty deployment, that the company had taken a number of casualties, and Clint's attitude at the time was, "I'm just going to go out there guns blazing and make a statement." Pete Hegseth said, "We're going to go out there guns blazing, and any of you generals sitting out in that audience there, if you don't think you can come along, you should just resign right now and we'll thank you for your service." Yeah. So he was scared to go out and do missions. But so was every other young kid that was out there. They're in a war area, war-torn craziness, and they're fighting a war that they shouldn't have been in the first place. Thank you, George W. This was one of his very first missions. His privates, not those, the young privates came back from that mission in tears and in shock. They knew how wrong it was, and they knew he had given them an illegal order. If a private knew that an order was illegal and was given, then Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth, who was also a serving member and would know that, and so would the SEAL Team 6 commander that sent his SEAL team out again to make sure the remaining 2 survivors would no longer be surviving, allegedly. Major Goldstein is the second one on the list, and he served as a Green Beret with the 3rd Special Forces Group, and he was to stand trial for killing a suspected terrorist bomb maker in Afghanistan in 2010. As a team leader, he was awarded a Silver Star for separate actions during the same deployment. Now, the bomb maker was identified by an informant, and apparently he said he had killed our troops, but he was detained, questioned, and the major was forced to let him go, in part because of deficiencies in the Afghan system. Now, Major Goldstein admitted that he later went out I'm thinking hunted this guy down and shot the alleged terrorist, but said he was certain that the terrorist bomb making would continue to threaten American troops and their Afghan partners, who, by the way, Trump wants to deport all those people now, and the Afghan civilians who helped identify him. A retired colonel, Bob Wilson, said, in Goldstein's case, it's disappointing that the process was cut off before it was had reached its conclusion. Colonel Wilson commanded the Green Beret contingent in Afghanistan, as well as the 3rd Special Forces Group, the unit Major Goldstein belonged to. It's not appropriate, and the military is owed better than for the process to be cut short for sound bites on cable news, I'm thinking Fox, and political purposes. Next is Special Warfare Operator First Class Edward Gallagher. Remember old Eddie Gallagher there? He was awarded a Bronze Star with a V for Valor, had been selected for promotion to Senior Chief Petty Officer, and was assigned to a position as a naval instructor. He served in Iraq and was apparently acquitted of murdering a teenage prisoner because of the coward-in-chief's interference in that case. Members of Gallagher's SEAL team testified against him, but he ended up being charged only with posing for pictures with the corpse, and he was demoted. But Trump, in all his military wisdom, bone spurs, felt bad that he had been stripped of his honors as he awaited his trial's outcome, and Trump rewarded him, in my opinion, for killing a prisoner in custody. But Trump said, given his service to our nation, a promotion back to Chief Petty Officer is justified. No, it fucking wasn't. Colonel Andrew Milburn, a Marine who commanded the Special Forces Task Force of SEALs and the Marine Raiders in Iraq, said, what bothers me particularly is that the SEALs that turned Gallagher in absolutely did the right thing, and that's the kind of courage, that's the kind of bravery that we want to encourage. That decision undercuts all of that and the whole chain of command that did the right thing on Gallagher. Where does that leave the guys who had the moral courage to come forward? Exactly. Now, the ACLU said it was an utterly shameful use of presidential powers. I agree. Mango Moose Knuckles started the whole Venezuela bullshit under the guise of securing national security for the United States of America. But here's the thing. Nobody has declared war. Congress hasn't sanctioned a war. And if he doesn't bother passing things to Congress, so Congress has to pass before anything's allowed to happen, why then does he give a big shit about getting and gerrymandering red states to steal more GOP seats? Why does he care? He bypasses the system completely with a Sharpie, so he obviously doesn't think he needs them, but he likes more, right? He likes more. It's all about the oil and the other resources and his little dick energy to be a sloppy dictator, tough guy. He said he's not going to let narco terrorists bring drugs to the United States. We will just kill them. Except when it comes to his now buddy, the ex-Honduran president, Juan Orlando Hernandez Alvarado. Now, he was tried and convicted in the United States of America for drug trafficking, weapons charges, and was sentenced to 45 years in prison. He was appealing that, and the reason Trump gave for his pardon was, same old, according to many people that I greatly respect. That's funny, nobody respects you. Hernandez was treated very harshly and unfairly. He's saying that because he knows if he goes to prison, not going to be pretty. Not going to be pretty. He's going to be washing Bubba's drawers in the toilet. That's what he's going to be doing on his hands and knees. Just saying. But anyway, the criminal president, no, not the Honduran one, the one who's presently serving in the White House, is going to pardon this fella. One of Hernandez's flunkies thanked Trump publicly, saying he had corrected an injustice and was and a coordinated plot by drug traffickers and, of course, the radical left to seek revenge against a former president. Where have we heard that tune before, and where do you think they got it from? Just saying. And here's the kicker. The real reason? It's transactional. Are you surprised? A great injustice has been righted, and we are so hopeful for the future partnership of the United States and Honduras. Thank you, Mr. President Trump, for making sure justice was served, and we look forward to President Hernandez's triumphant return to Honduras. Do you smell another forced regime change? Yeah, smells like shit to me too. Just saying. Now he, according to charged documents, was charged with 3 counts of drug trafficking, possession of machine guns, and destructive devices. I don't know if that's legalese for bombs or what the hell, but. And conspiracy, according to Insight Crime, it's a site. This guy legitimately operated a narco state. He received millions of dollars in bribes from drug cartels and major drug trafficking organizations, including Joaquin El Chapo Guzman, the head of the SINALOA cartel. You know, the ones that Trump is currently blowing up in the Caribbean? Yeah. Who financed his campaigns? Not Hegseth and Trump, but Hernandez. Financed Hernandez's campaigns and also ensured safe passages of all those cocaine and fentanyl shipments. Every single one of them. He used his power and his police force and his military to protect those shipments and make sure they made it to their destination. And if these cartel guys didn't follow the game plan, he would selectively extradite them to the United States of America to stand trial there. If they threatened his power, get him out of here. So they'd get the CIA or anybody else working down there with drugs and shit like that, ATF, whatever. I think they got rid of the F. I don't know. But anyway, those guys. Anyway, it threatened his power base. Send him on the way. Now, his brother was a congressman in Honduras, and he's presently serving a life sentence in Honduras. He doesn't have the cushy one in West Virginia. The amount of drugs that the guy shipped to the United States is absolutely crazy. Biden's DOJ said Hernandez and his conspirators trafficked more than 400 tons of cocaine and fentanyl to the United States while he was president, or approximately 400 million hits of cocaine. Yeah, all came to the United States. This guy's whole family is as crooked as Trump's is. His sister, she ran the Ministry of Social Development and Inclusion. I guess when he gets back in, inclusion's got to go. Just saying, no DEI. And mysteriously, $360 million went missing. Apparently, it went to Hernandez's campaign and other family interests. He too claimed voter fraud, even though his Supreme Court voided the one-term limit and let him run for a second term. You think the Supreme Court of the United States is going to get rid of the 2-term limit and let Trump run for a third one? I'm guessing it's not that far out of the realm of possibility, is it? Where do you think this guy got it from? U.S. prosecutors alleged the Sinaloa cartel kingpin, Joaquin Guzman El Chapo, hand-delivered $1 million in cash to the president's brother, Tony, the guy that's in prison for life, to pass on to the El Presidente. So only time will tell what price the other disgraced president paid to the present disgraced president to get him his get out of jail free card. So I do smell another coup on its way, because Trump's getting good at it, right? And any day now, all those Sinaloa cartel members that they're blowing out of the water, apparently, out of Venezuela, why aren't they being saved? Don't know. It's a mystery to me. Anyway, 9 in, loves you. Cheers, dears. Love me, like me, share me. Don't forget to subscribe and hype if you can. Apparently, you can only do it 3 times a week. So yeah, hangers on. Thanks for coming back. I love you very much. And yeah, Vivi's zonked out from running in the snow there, so we'll get her in the next video. Okay, I love you guys so much. Be good to you yourself first, please, so you can be good to somebody else. Take care of you. I love you all. Have a safe rest of your day. And read that book if you haven't already. It's pretty good. Okay, guys, I love you. Take care of you.